So this is a really good drill for any player who notices in the backswing their right hip or their pelvis slides too far away from the target for too long, or if they notice that their right hip gets really high in the backswing, both of which is going to make it difficult for us to turn our torso. We're going to get a lot more tilt in the backswing than turn, and when we get a lot of tilt in the backswing, normally that's going to match up with too much tilt in the downswing, and we're going to struggle with path and club face. So here's a great way to feel the backswing with more stability through that trail leg and more turn and depth. So if you just go into a normal setup position, practicing on the range, so this is a 7-iron sort of ball position I have here, and then all we're going to do is get our left foot and move it back onto its tippy toe. Okay, so basically all our pressure now is on that trail leg. Just using the lead leg as a little bit of balance, but there's hardly any pressure on it. And what we're going to try and do here is make a backswing without losing our balance on our trail leg. Now, if you get this trail hip working away from the target for too long, there's going to be no support on the left side. You're going to feel like you're going to fall over. Or if you feel that right hip gets too high, again, you're going to fall where the lead leg would be. So you have to try and get a sense of, okay, how would I make this backswing without falling? So it's going to feel like this trail hip's going to work back. You're going to feel the weight stay a lot more on the inside portion of your right foot. And you'll even feel this lead hip work in towards the ball a bit more as you do this, which normally doesn't happen if there's too much tilt or sway in the pelvis. So the goal here is to make a full shoulder turn on your trail leg only. Then put your lead leg in. And then you'll get a sense for, okay, where the top of backswing should feel, or how the top of backswing should feel if I've loaded up and created some depth and turn through the torso and the pelvis instead of swaying and tilted. It can be a really difficult one to change and to feel the difference of if it's something you've done for a while. But this drill kind of gives you no option but to create a good load and good depth into that trail hip. So up to the top of the swing, find your balance, then put your lead leg in, and that'll give you a great sense of where the backswing wants to feel. And then once you've practiced that enough times, you can start to create the same feeling through the backswing but with your normal setup. So you're going to feel this lead knee, lead hip work more in, trail hip work more back as the torso fully winds up behind the golf ball. And that's going to really help how you start sequencing the downswing, where the club hits the ground, and also managing the club path and the club face through the golf ball.